The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback. First and 10. Maxwell over the middle, complete. It's Russell, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. The offense on your screen now, and Todd Gurley on your screen. That is the back of the present and the future.
And what an amazing return for him from a knee injury his last year in college at the University of Georgia. Now, it's like it never happened. There's nothing he can't do on the football field. And if you're a defense, that's a long day trying to prepare for Todd Gurley.
Now Gurley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Let's go! 1, 9, 5!
To throw on third down. Maxwell. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. He'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 3 catches, 72 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction, and both catches.
And in our time together, have we not seen the tight end position continue to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may not call them tight ends anymore. We may have to come up with an entirely different way of designating that position and what they do on the field. Because when I hear tight end, I think of the old school, hand in the dirt, blocking on the line of scrimmage. These guys are much more receiver than they are guys who are going to move.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses. Without a doubt.
They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Maxwell. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And that is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Good strength, but not able to get a whole lot. Tackled shy of the 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Decision as he stopped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They're going to try and throw. That's to his running back, complete. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll be first down, Lions. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
First down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Back to throw. Maxwell.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Man, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Maxwell. And he's going to go down again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. And he'll give it here to his running back. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Point after here coming up. And it is now 21-0. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
Here we go. 190. 190.
To throw on second down. Maxwell over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Rams on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
Come on, let's go. 190.
Back to throw. Maxwell. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4th.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. Jameis Winston with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. They go play action here on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll look to throw here. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now with timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll set up a throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
That's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, you're almost in field goal position.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Maxwell, a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Rams have been worked over in the first half and trail big right now. The Lions have done whatever they want, and they'll just try to keep that up in the second half. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Midway through the first quarter, Hood's got nobody around him on the deep pass, and it ends up working for a touchdown. They strike first in the half. Now 1st and 10. Wide open catch will be made on the deep pass. And that's a house call. The lead now at 14. 1st and 10. Here the pass would be completed into coverage. And 69 yards later, he'll go in for the score. The Lions up now by 21. Lions have it on 2nd and 5. Here we get a quick pass and completion. And this will go all the way for a touchdown. That pushes the lead to 28. So that will bring our halftime report to an end. We'll send you back now to Brandon and Charles in L.A. to start the second half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's got room.
Missed.
He will not go down. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for the Lions. 42 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Oh, did the Lions get it? Yes, they recover. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go now.
He'll drop to throw. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now back to throw. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here we go now. Green 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Oh, did the Lions get it? Yes, they recover. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs him. The kicking team gets the football here.
All right, here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll run it here. Fighting him off. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Give him 30 yards there. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance, and he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now they try the right side here. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Back now in Los Angeles. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Come on, let's go!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Throwing again. Maxwell. And he comes back with one complete. And that time he's smothered as he's wrestled down at the 49.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. The Rams on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Maxwell. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On 1st down, Maxwell got his man complete over the middle. That's Beck. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Back to throw. Maxwell, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. And with that sack, partner, he just became the all-time NFL sack king.
So now the Mount Rushmore of sack artists has been added to. This man now goes to the head of the class. Carve out a new spot for him.
Here we go.
On third down, Maxwell. And that is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The play clock's running down. And they give this time to the tailback. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buying time to his left. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Oh, that's
sweet. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And partner Emmitt Smith now moves to number 2. His record of 165 career rushing touchdowns has been broken. What else can you say but wow?
I have no other words but wow, because Emmitt Smith set the standard. A guy that always found his way into the end zone. That record has now been eclipsed. The only thing our new record holder has to worry about, will Emmitt come back and try and get his record back?
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And the Rams getting set to go now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing on first down. Maxwell. Over the middle, complete. It's Weber. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he loses the football a second time.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on second.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Maxwell dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The Rams on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Come on, let's go.
From the gun, Maxwell finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And some room to work. He's got daylight. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
First and 10. Maxwell looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Beck. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. The Rams on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Maxwell. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Here's Johnny Hecker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 4th now in Carson. A high-scoring affair, and the Chargers have now taken the lead. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Get him, boys. Get him, boys. Now let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Lions, the streak continues.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's game, time of possession should be a factor. The Chiefs are top 10 in converting on third down, and they'll be up against a Lions defense that wants to make quick stops. With that, we'll get you out to one of the livelier settings in the NFL, Arrowhead Stadium in KC, as we say hello to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've handled all covers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They'll be brought out by their QB, the former number 10 overall pick in the draft from Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
A try here for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
7 yards to go on second down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it third down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Working from the gun, Mahomes out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3". Play action. They'll throw. And he's got some space here. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
To throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get it.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.